I'm Conrad Angel Corral, and this is the Art of Cathedral City. This is a special day here at the Art of Cathedral City because, as you can see behind me, there is a new art exhibit coming here to the public space in front of City Hall in downtown Arts and Entertainment District. It is called The Catalyst of the Future, and the artists are Karen and Tony Barone. We're going to meet them and a few city representatives coming up soon. It is a beautiful day here in Cathedral City at the Arts and Entertainment District for a variety of reasons. First of all, gorgeous weather. Would you both agree?
Yes, couldn't be better.
Speaking to our good friends, the artists who are here for Catalyst of the Future, Karen and Tony Barone. Welcome both of you to being here today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We are so thrilled to be a part of this happening in Cathedral City.
And I want to ask you a question. Speaking of the happening, this is, my understanding, your first exhibit here in Cathedral City. Is that correct?
It is.
It is. That's right. And we were brought here years ago to work on a concept for this very plaza. So that's how we got here now 20 years later.
And let me speak about 20 years later. You come to us from a variety, starting in Chicago, working your way to New York, Los Angeles, finally getting yourself here.
Yeah,
Venice
you missed our
Beach.
horse farm in Tennessee.
Oh, is that right? I didn't know about that one.
From New York, from Soho in New York. We were pioneers in Soho. And then we went to Tennessee to work on a World's Fair and create excitement.
That's going to bring dates into our life. Don't do that.
We won't talk about dates.
No dates.
That was recent.
Dates are only grown here in California.
So then from there,
very good.
On the canals in Venice, we lived in, our studio was there.
Wow.
And then we were brought out here and we fell in love with it immediately. Well, we were put up at the Ritz. We had this kind of weather. There was a no-brainer.
This is why everyone comes to the desert, because of this weather.
Yeah, and originally we were from Chicago. Come on, you know.
Yeah, that's a whole difference.
Yeah.
So, and let's talk about the difference in Chicago and New York and all those other places here, in that we get to be outdoors a lot here.
Yes.
And so public art in the community
is
why
everything.
Not?
Right, everything. Public art is something that we were born to deal with and share.
Right.
And that's so fills our hearts with joy.
Right.
And all the texts and emails we get thanking us for the bunnies or for the animal crackers that are on the street in Rancho Mirage.
Yes.
It's just so rewarding.
And let me ask you a question about the various sculptures that you have. This one here, I see a snow cone in one section, a kitty in the other, French fries to the back. Is there a theme to what you brought here?
There's an illogical logic.
I love that.
And we work out of scale. It's like, what makes ice cream art? What makes it art is make it 10 feet tall, make it out of steel, and paint it.
And put it in a desert where it should be melting.
It's not even melting.
Yeah, I mean, it's
one of the
perfect.
few times it doesn't melt.
So it's playing with your brain constantly. And the thing is that with California especially, even though we have pieces all over the world, our hero dog, which was created to honor firefighters and first responders after 9/11. Yes. There are 33 of those around the world.
Yes, and across the country.
They're in Europe, they're in Israel, they're in South America.
And let's bring those numbers back here to the Cathedral City. How many sculptures are here for this exhibit?
14.
14.
It's
this
the
exhibit,
most.
through the valley, we have
total,
25 public art or publicly accessible works across the entire valley.
And
we're really lucky.
You're very lucky, and we're very lucky to have it here.
Thank you.
Are your pieces of art always this big, or do you do a variety of different sizes?
We do smaller works. However, my heart just keeps saying, let's get bigger.
Big, baby, big.
And bigger and bigger.
Great.
So I can't control that.
Say hello in a big way.
Yeah.
And California is a strong car culture.
Yes.
And
So driving from one place to the other,
Yeah,
going on a little
you know,
tour,
if you-
right?
Right.
we sometimes say that our museums are where art goes to die, and it's where art goes to die. And here on any given day, thousands of people see our work. Every we did these 9 rabbits. They're along 111.
I've seen them.
They're
Yes.
8 feet tall.
Yes.
Everybody's seen them. You can't.
It's so true.
Everybody drives down 111. You can't come to the valley and not drive
kind
past
of
them.
in your world, you have an art exhibit in your home. Your home is a working space. Is that
It
correct?
is. It
Well,
is. We wake up to art and we create art all day long.
Yeah, there is a kitchen.
But
we
it's the
find it?
smallest room in the house. Yes,
but-
yes.
It's my understanding that a lot of this work that we're going to see here, that our residents can come by and look at here downtown,
Yes.
comes from your home, your yard. Is that correct?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
we-
That's the beauty of having land out here, that you can have your own world and self-exhibition by just moving around our grounds. And then when you walk into our studio, it's another whole thing in the sense that it's filled with paintings on the wall,
Alive.
drawings, very alive. You're inundated with color. We try and deal with the magic of making you dizzy. And I think we do.
I think you do a good job. And speaking of the magic, Karen, you have a unique style going here. You are a fashionista, obviously. Tell us a little bit about where does this come from? And I understand you at one time had a cosmetic line, or you
Yes,
still do?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that goes back to New York.
It goes back to a period of time, but we became very successful. For us, it was paints, not for the canvas, but for this canvas,
Yeah,
for
art
the face.
supplies for the face.
Exactly.
Art supplies. I like that.
And we
that should be
ended
a,
up
an idea.
in Galleries Lafayette. We were
In Paris.
In Paris. Everybody
Yeah.
knows Galleries Lafayette, I would hope.
When we got
London's
to
wait.
no, my
London's Top Shop. London's Top Shop, Bloomingdale's in many cities.
when we got to New York, we were pioneering Soho, and we didn't. Nobody knew us, nor did they give a damn. You know, who are you from Chicago?
We all start somewhere, though, right?
Right.
Of course, of
Idea.
course.
So we were on the 4th floor in a loft at Soho, and we decided, well, let's go down onto the street and open up a shop. We had no idea what we were going to sell.
Sybaritic necessities.
Sybaritic
things no one
necessities.
needed.
Uh-huh.
But they had things they didn't need, but they had to have.
Of course.
I always go to an estate sale and I say, what do you have that I don't need?
Right.
Because I'm probably going to buy that.
That's it. And that was an entire store that you had to have it.
Is this bunny or is this a cat?
This is
Pajama party.
Pajama party.
These are
okay.
Yeah.
dancing
This is one of
rabbits.
Dancing rabbits, all right.
one of 2 rabbits that we did that we call pajama party.
Is your work something that you come and just look at and observe from afar, or can people touch it? Can people sit down and get a picture with it? How do you expect?
No,
What do you
that's
expect?
such. We want people to have their photos taken with our art. That's why it's here. Why have to stand at a distance or behind a rope and just look at
I
it?
never understood that.
No,
I
I've
wanna touch
never
it. I wanna be
understood
near it.
that either.
Everything we do is a selfie.
In conclusion, I heard a little something, a fun fact, and I want to know if it's true, and then you maybe can tell us a little bit about it. Somehow your work is associated with Mork and Mindy.
Oh, well,
Mork
that's
and Mindy.
Mork and
what is that?
Mindy. Well, they used
That's
to shop
interesting.
our store for the pins that they wore. If
Our
you
s-
remember
yeah.
Mork and Mindy.
Oh, yes, I do very
from
much
Oh,
so.
that's
long
interesting.
ago.
You're mentioning that.
Yeah, it
they
is.
used
I haven't
to-
even heard the
They
names
had these
for a while.
wild pins that they were wearing on the show.
Yes.
They all came from
and
us.
we created those pins, and we would, and then we were buying these Japanese food replicas and making them into
Yes,
pins.
yes.
And I want to circle back real quickly on the fact that I mentioned that fashionista
Yes,
design and
yes.
your cosmetics. So where does your idea for your hair and your clothing and where does it all come from?
I'm waiting for
Within.
the answer to this one.
You've been
Within.
asking?
I have no
I
idea.
I evolve over a period of time, and it has, but it's always been a part of me. Somehow or other, I have this understanding of fashion and what's right, and I'm so tiny. Where would I go to a store to buy
Where do you buy the
anything?
clothes, right?
I
yeah.
have had seamstresses forever, and I challenge each and every one of them throughout the years, and they come through. They come through
Right.
for me.
And like I said, I wake up to this every morning. She's like a flower that just opens up to the sun. It's unbelievable.
Oh, nice. I love that. It's a great
It's
idea.
just unbelievable.
Well, thank you both for joining us here today. Congratulations on the exhibit.
Thank
may
you.
may we see more and more throughout the Coachella Valley.
Yes,
I hope we
thank
have that
you,
opportunity.
thank you.
Thank you.
All righty.
Thank you.
Appreciate
and thank
it.
you.
Our logo, our tagline, whatever it is where art lives. And so Karen and Tony, to me, sort of exemplify that.
I think what's really nice about their art is it is so accessible that I think you can't help but want to touch it and want to be near it and want to have your pictures taken with it because it just brings joy when you see it.